Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I am going to be starting on the facades for Diagon Alley. And the first one that I'm going to be building is Grimmauld Place. And my plan is to make it cover the majority of this side. And I'm going to do 12 Grimmauld Place as well as one on either side that are in a different color. And I'm just going to go here. And I am hoping that I can make something work that this entryway can still remain there. So I know that kind of the sizing of everything is going to be kind of weird, so I'm going to have to work with that. So we've actually already got this ready. I just have to unclip this portion. Ooh, sorry, Cookie Monster. And this is what I will be building the facade on. There's just a few studs. So that is what I will be using. And then once it's all built, I can just come and clip it back into place, and it's already got the sidewalk. This re-rickable model is actually what I'm using as inspiration for this build. I'm not following any instructions or anything because this model actually has a bit of an interior. And of course, I only need the facade. It's only, I only have up to 3 studs deep essentially to work with. So I'm sort of just going to kind of follow how they did the exterior of the build, if that makes sense, and go from there. I might have to tweak it a little bit, but should be interesting. I've unclipped my plate, and these are the parts that I'll be working with. I just did a quick sort because, let's face it, that would have driven me crazy. So I've got my small snot bricks, my larger snot bricks, 1x1 and 1x2 bricks. This is just like doors, windows, fence, medium nougat, masonry bricks, other masonry bricks. This is like slopes, arches, connectors. I've got these are rounded 1x2 plates, modified, whatever you want to call them. My cones, the plate with the rail, all of my antennas. There's lots that's going to be for the kind of fence, I guess. And all of my tiles. There's a lot because they're snotted to the wall. So here we go. Now I'm ready to build. So as you can see, I've really just started with the sidewalk and the base of it. I just wanted to make sure that all 3 of them would kind of work the way that I was hoping they would, and they do. So yeah, so it's got a basement. So we've got windows like right on the base of it, right on the plate. This is going to be a little fence. Those are my stairs going up. So obviously this is 3, so I'm gonna have nougat, dark bluish gray, nougat, and obviously 12 Grimmauld Place will be the one in the center that is the dark gray. So I've started working on my wall. There's a lot of snot. As you can see, I've started tiling this one here. I finally figured out how to get my window. You can see one of them is a bit inset. I used a bunch of jumpers. That was the trick. So now I'm going to tile this off and continue on to the higher level. I've completely finished off my little front gate here, and I've moved on to my little balcony that's going to be in front of the upper floor windows. As you can see, I used 4x plate, 3 of these fence elements, some 1x1 bricks, and then some cylinders. And I have 2 hanging on to the actual structure here. That's going to just add some support. And there's 2 studs hanging over. I've got all 3 of those window balconies, and I've started installing the masonry bricks. Now I'm going to go into these little empty spaces and add the 2nd story windows and some arches and continue with my walls. So I'm almost done. I just need to go in and install these poles here and finish off my roof. As you can see, I have 3 levels to my buildings. There should technically be another level. However, I'm just trying to kind of keep it the same height as Diagon Alley just so it's not going over top of it. I would like them to just cover it up perfectly. So I'm going to stick with 3 levels. And just like that, I am all done. I think this just looks awesome. So I have added a whole row of snot bricks actually, and then tiled it off so it kind of jumps off a little bit. This is supposed to represent the sort of broken part of the roof on 12 Grimmauld Place. Then we've got some little chimneys here in the dark tan. Then I've just plated the 2 studs as the roof. I love these slope elements. And we've kind of used those rounded plates. This is a great little balcony, window, whatever you want to call it. I really like how I sort of did the windows here. It's a little bit inset. I use a lot of jumpers. You can kind of see, like, I actually use jumpers below this plate here to have it come off in line with the building. These are all jumpers. There's jumpers right above the windows there, and there's jumpers here. So it gives it like 3 different dimensions. So that was really cool. And then this cool fence here uses the antennas and then those little rounded 1x2 plates. And that is how it was kind of going up the stairs as well. So many windows. Lots and lots of windows. We kind of got the basement there. And like I said, I did 3 levels, whereas it should be 4, but I want it to be perfectly in line with Diagon Alley, and I think it will be that exact height, which is awesome. And of course, if I turn it around kind of awkwardly, you'll see it's only 2 deep, but you're not going to see this. But I did focus on just the nougat and dark tan in case you do see it pop out a little bit. I added some support in the back, not a ton, but for sure enough. So for sure on the sides, in the centers, I've got some beams. And then I also did use some 2x plates every once in a while just to make them secure all the way across. And of course the 3 buildings are connected to each other. So it is like one big structure, so they're not going to wobble around. It's pretty sweet. I love this. I love that it's kind of more like a classier building in the city, but it is Harry Potter and it fits perfectly on Pop Culture Street. Now I just need to focus on this area here. So I've gone ahead and built my brick wall. I tried to follow kind of at least the height, but the shape of Diagon Alley on that one side there. I know for sure this part here exactly matches. So the structure there has these slopes as well as those sloped grate elements. So that will literally match perfectly. Up here is a little different because there's kind of an odd shaped slope, which we didn't have in our inventory. So it just kind of made it work. And actually, we're going to have a bit of a purple wall peeping through there. And I don't think that'll be too bad. At least it's just only popping through on the top. Down here, it is completely covered. This, I believe, is just going to be like our new primary entrance to Diagon Alley. We'll probably stick Hagrid and Harry there with his umbrella. And yeah, so it's pretty cool. This whole side of our facade covering Diagon Alley is Grimmauld Place as well as the entrance. Yes, of course, this isn't technically proper, but we're just making it work because that was a very odd size and shape. So I think it works, and this looks terrific. And just taking a peek, show you again. I've got some support here. It's not too crazy, but it's pretty solid, and I did tie them in together, so that works. So we will be placing this in the city up against Diagon Alley on Pop Culture Street, but that will be a separate Bricksie video, so stay tuned for that. I hope that you enjoyed this sort of build along with me for our facades. I'll be doing these for the rest of the facades that I build, so stay tuned for those as well. I hope you enjoyed this. Please be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.